Hey there, Jon Roetman from RacersEdgeBooks.com. Uh, we're here with part 6 of 7 on how to scale your race car. There's a few important points you need to remember when you're scaling your race car so that you can understand the effects of some of these things, okay? So let's get right into this and we'll go from there, okay? Point number 1, each time you make an adjustment to the car, you need to bounce the car or rock each corner to settle the springs, okay? This is going to give you the most accurate readings. Basically what you want to do is if you're going to make an adjustment to one of the corners or the four corners of the car, putting a couple in, taking a couple out, whatever it might be, roll the car off the scales, okay? Make your adjustments, bounce each corner after you make the adjustment, all right? It's going to be easy to bounce because you don't have the shocks hooked up. So bounce that corner, just get stuff to settle because you don't want any weight that's still transferred over to one side or one corner, okay? So just bounce the car to get it to settle a little bit. Zero your pads, roll it back up onto the scale pads, and take your readings in, okay? That's the way it's going to be the most accurate, all right? Number 2 is there are 3 factors that will affect your cross weight percentage, and it's very important you know what that effect is, okay? So you can make accurate adjustments for changing track conditions when you're at the racetrack, okay? The 3 factors that are going to affect the weight percentages are caster, stagger, and your fuel load, all right? So let's get into it and let's look at those 3 things a little bit more in depth, all right? Caster. As the wheels are turned, caster will cause your ride heights to change, which also alters the cross weight. All right, to check this and how your car is affected by when the wheels are turned, take and turn your car's wheels to the left. You can go to the right, but more than likely you're going to go to the left if you're running a circle track car. Turn them to the left, and then look at your scale percentages, and look how much difference the cross weight is making by the car turning to the left. So you'll know what's happening when the car is in the corner and how much extra or less cross weight is being affected while the car is in the middle of the corner. This could be a huge advantage for you in a race if you know what the effects are, okay? And can set your car up accordingly. All right, the next one is stagger. Stagger is also going to affect your car's ride height. All right, let's say you got the right rear. You're going to make it larger, okay? You want to make the right rear larger, but that's when you do that, that's actually going to raise your ride height, okay? Because you got a bigger circumference tire, so it's raising that corner of the car. So what you want to do is take your weight jack and turn the weight, or take a couple of rounds out, or however it might be, in order to get your ride height back to the same spot. Now, if you're laying in the dirt or something, I know that's tough, okay? But if you can get somewhat of an idea of what the ride height is with the original tire on, and then change the tires and measure it again and get it somewhat close, you're going to have a whole lot more accurate setup that way when you change the stagger setting in your race car, okay? Just a note that front stagger increases the right front ride height, which does just the opposite on the rear, okay? It increases your cross weight percentage. So remember these adjustments when adjusting your car. So you need to be able to take and level that car out a little bit again if you put a larger tire on, okay? But if you put a smaller tire on, you also want to raise the car up a little bit in order to keep it somewhat level. So you want to have that, you want to make sure you take that into consideration, all right? The other thing is the fuel load, okay? Fuel is a transient weight. As the weight goes on, fuel is being burned up, okay? Thus, it's affecting your race car's handling. Basically, the rear weight percentage is getting less and less and less as the race goes on. Okay, so if you have a lot of cautions and you're putting around the track and stuff like that, as you're burning fuel, you're taking weight off the rear. All right, so it's very important to know how much effect there is so you can make a good setup choice before the race. Okay, so what you might want to do is set your race car up with a baseline setup. All right. Then the next time, get a scale reading of it with half as much fuel in there, okay? Or with a full fuel cell so that you can see what effects that makes on your race car, and you can see once where you're going to be at as the fuel gets burned off. You'll actually be able to tell, okay, the rear percentage is going down this much, and you'll have an idea of how much bite you're missing out on as the fuel is run out. So you can make a good choice on how much fuel to put in before the race starts in order to be fast at the end. Okay? Now, by determining how these three factors affect the weight percentages, you can gain valuable clues to find the best setup for your race car for any given track condition. Okay? Now, if you want to know more about some of this stuff, you can read our book on how to set camber, caster, and toe. We'll give you more detailed information, especially on the caster part of this section. All right. So anyway, that's it for section number 6. We'll be back with section number 7 in a little bit. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first 6. Make sure that you pay a visit to our website, www.racersedgebooks.com, where you can get a free copy of this book just by signing up with our newsletter. Check out our Facebook page, check out our blog, and also if you have a Nook or a Kindle, you can download any of these books on that and read it right on those. So, all right, have a great day. Good luck at the track, and I'll see you soon.